Hello and welcome back to episode 41. So I'm just looking actually here, and it turns out we've run out of ore, which is a good thing. We've got 930 kilos of steel, that's not great. 1,238 kilos of plastic, that's average. 1,000 kilos of iron, 17, that's better. Tons of copper, 700 kilograms of cobalt. So I might need to get, I actually thought if we write in here, the ores, there's 150 ton of copper and 111 tons of gold. I'm not supposed to be showing them on there anyway, so I'll turn them up. Uranium can stay on there. Probably need to get some more cobalt over, but there is some work for them to do in terms of errands, fabricating. It's there, but it's unreachable. Why is that? That's because this mask is broken, right? Or damaged. Now, I did think that we fixed these, but if we go to our crafting room, which is somewhere, there it is. Is somewhere. So that's all the fancy outfits, which I think we did actually, we made the first start anyway. So this is the worn oxygen mask, so this is the fix, and we'll do that forever. And we'll put that on a 9. And then check errands here. So somebody's on the way, right? Because what's happened is we did make that mask. It's been damaged. And then I can only assume that it's iron ore. We don't have any. Let's make... Yeah, they just picked it up from here. Oxygen mask, worn oxygen mask. So this worn oxygen masks and turns it into a normal oxygen mask. So that's what's happening here, I guess. Maybe. Yep, so there is the good oxygen mask. Yep. Good. Right, okay. So that's now going to get put back down here, and that will allow people to go back in the room and continue. Good. Okay, well. Right, we've got somebody trapped or something trapped. Wait. Okay, they're not trapped. So over on this side, there's not much different, actually. One thing I did do, though, there was a lot of issues with the temperature down at the bottom. So there is a bit of heat coming from these various different things. But along here, there keeps being the odd item, and I'm not sure where it's coming from, but it was causing havoc on the pipes. So I chucked in a ladder and just moved the pipes really high up. So they're not running along the cold. They're sort of in the 14-degree area or higher. To keep this process running, of course, these are fed the water. That produces the oil. When the oil gets to a certain amount, as you can see there, it will then run. The same over here. Now, that does mean we're wasting this a little bit, I guess. But to be honest, it's okay for what it is. And it's working at the minute. I could... I suppose drop it down, but it's not the end of the world. So then this setup is running as we expected it to. Let's see what this temperature's like. Yeah, this room is good. So this room is nice and cold. It's just problematic with the amount of hydrogen that's in there, but they'll be fine. And then this room is a vacuum. We did do that for a specific reason, and that reason has now come to fruition. So let's... Oh. Let's delete all of this. And then if we go to gas pipes, I can also say delete all of that. Nope. That's wrong. There's gas pipes there I don't want to delete. Wait, is that gas? Yes. So I don't actually want to delete anything on that line there. Okay. So as you can see, this room is now a vacuum. This needs deconstructing as well. But it won't matter because we can actually deconstruct this straight away. So if I deconstruct this door, the wall, and I'm not going to deconstruct that because it will break the power and it don't matter anyway. So the question is, how many of these, and they are made out of iron, but do they need to be? It's 800 per. Overheat temperature is 1,000 degrees. So we've got 160,000 lead. So if we can use that, I'm going to. And we've got more than enough plastic. So this needs to go there. 2, 3. As you can see, immediately this hydrogen has flowed over to this side and spreading that heat out. We've got... Is the cooling loop still running? No, so it's stopped. Well, firstly, I need to empty this. And, of course, deconstruct that. And then it goes... Not sure. Wait, that's where it... This is where it's coming in, so ignore this line here. Yeah, that's where the oil comes in, that's fine. So this is where the cooling happens. And the idea is that this cooling is supposed to go into here. And these tanks are all full. Okay, that makes the most sense. And then from these tanks, it's going... to there. Right, there's something weird going on here. So what we got here? Polluted water and brine. Polluted water and brine. Yes. And we're supposed to have, but this polluted water is going in here and into these sieves, but they're all turned off. So we need to enable all of these. And I'll turn them on, actually not 9, we want them on 8. So if I turn these down, like so. And that will then be sorting out that polluted water that's coming in and creating clean water to go to the base. This is the brine storage, which is going to, yeah, the desalinifier. So we do actually have a bit of a backup here, and I'm going to use it. So everything that comes up from this cooling system is then going to go into this one also and into this one also. And then this can come out there and come out there. And I would like if we could hurry up on all of this here. This should then allow more liquid to be stored. Just like that. Which will keep this running, I hope. It should now all the pipes have been finished anyway. Correct? Yeah, I mean, that's not the best place for that to go, I don't think. But it's working for now. So is this calling this room down again? Not so much at the minute, because it's doing it down here. And by the time the content is at -7 degrees, where are we at here? So yeah, it's kind of... It's working, but it's not working at its full potential yet, because it's draining the heat down here. But that's fine. What I can do is use this insulated pipe and ask them to upgrade it to there. Is that even going over that? Yeah. I can see it's there. Yeah, so they're going to upgrade that. So that way, all of this, the cold that's getting drained out at the end of this room, will instead move down, further down. So you can see it's cold here. Doesn't need to be, though. It needs to be colder down here. Now, there is no output liquid for these. So what I'd actually like to do is something like that. And then this just links to that. And once that's done, we should see these come online as well. That one was trying. Now we'll go into the liquids. Because what we actually need now is for the steam, as it cools the steam down and turns it into water, the water is then deposited back into the volcano chamber. And I don't think we're going to need... I want these plates if we can. Something like that, and then something like that will do. There they go. So they're all running now, all at high efficiency, which is 850 watts. So we've now got 6 running. Of course, that means that there's no chance we're going to need these, which likely means that we've got plenty of, yeah, nearly 4 full tanks of natural gas. So in terms of power, for this island anyway, we are sorted. That one's struggling a little. Oh no, it's fine. So temperature-wise again, that's warming up. But as you can see, this is staying yellow now. I'll accept yellow. Yellow is good. And then of course all the water is coming out here. And interestingly, I want to actually see, is this because this water does look like it's backing up. So I'll get somebody in there when I can. There is a door there, but it's access denied, as is that one, because it's a terrible idea. Let's just have a got a steam storage up here then. So this is turned off, and what we've actually got is the steam still coming in, but temperature wise it's not a problem. Because this is off, there's no steam causing any issues there. This rocket now, it's got to be close to ready, right? So all duplicates may enter and exist in this. This is the crew. So the launch checklist, we've got destination unselected, change. So this is Sogista, right? However it's called. Is this Sogista? I'm guessing it. Yeah, it is. So rocket cannot travel to this hex unit until it has been analysed. So we basically just need to go to there. That is our aim. Any rocket platform will do. Crew-wise, pilot boarded. So if we go inside on here and we say interior building on, there is no restrictions. Yeah, that's fine. We haven't got a rover, that's also fine. Change crew. So I don't know who best to use. We've got 3 to choose from. So let's go with Hassan. We will enable the toilet. Somebody's trapped again over here. It keeps saying trapped, but then nothing's trapped. Don't know what that's about. Right, we've got the crew on board now, haven't we? Enable building. Yeah, I should have moved that firstly. As you can see, it's going to make a right mess as the rocket goes up. And this steam is immediately being removed, which is good because it'll make a right mess otherwise. How are you suffocating? Did I not put the oxygen in it? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's go and land, shall we? We can do that. Did we actually land? Did it not show it? Yeah, so as you can see, we've come back down and he's immediately going to go and get... So, as it stands, it was a test. That was a test. I meant to do that. And you saw that it did in fact take off. You can see the steam is lingering. For the steam that isn't lingering, it's turning into liquid. and doing that. Now, I don't know how much steam we used then, so I am going to enable this building, and actually I can make this controlled by me. So if you go to automation and use a signal switch when it loads, there we go. Doesn't really matter where we put it, but I'll put it there. And then what we need is this cable that is here, and you go from there to there. Okay, so that's going to start pumping the steam into the rocket in the hopes if it is missing any, then it will sort it. If it isn't, it will continue to do a full circle and go back, and we can just turn it off again. It's not a problem. We just need that little bit of cable there. Now, one thing we did do, and obviously it was done on the last episode where we was working with this, we left this running, so you can see the base is pretty much beautiful bright blue, cyan blue, which means that the oxygen is good. And you can see by this sensor that's set to detect that. And if we make if we get this, where's it gone again? If this sensor, so if it is 1,000 grams of oxygen here, which you can see it is, then it activates the overflow shut-off valve here. Roll button. And that sends the excess oxygen up to the spacesuits, which aren't currently being used because, of course, there's the... I've turned it off because we actually ran out of oxygen for that purpose. So, this is interesting though. This is actually getting some oxygen in there as well, isn't it? So we're going to have to pour a ventilation filter. Gas filter. There, I couldn't see it. I don't know what's wrong with my eyes. See all that, the light blue in there, that's oxygen. We don't want to waste that. So we actually want to build that there as soon as possible. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to go into there and steal the oxygen. Like so. And of course that's going to need powering, as does everything. This then is our, I mean that's 75 kilos. 75 kilos of oxygen that we probably actually need. But you can see it was just a nice simple setup. So it comes in and it snakes through, all the way to the last one. And behind it I've done it pink, so it's obvious that them tanks are all hot for hydrogen. Or at least they should have been. This is pumping the oxygen that's being created by all this liquid. I did manage to move the thing down. It didn't quite go where I wanted it, but it will do. So that means we can now build this up, right? And this can go something like that. Not there or there. There's a lot of scolding going on. Why? Is it hot there? Yeah, it's pretty hot. 192 degrees. Okay, so that's slightly concerning, but we can fix it by... Where are the... I mean, time shift plates will work, right? Not drywall so much. Right, go on utilities and get a time shift plate. We must have ice. We have lots of ice. So let's build a couple of these around. It will make a mess with water, but it'll also cool the areas. That's the quick fix, anyway. These are no longer needed. Whoops. Like so. They're no longer needed. I also did the colours behind here as well, so I can see that sort of oxygen. Is that oxygen? 900 kilos of oxygen. We need that. It's a good job I had that. Fantastic. That's for the gas mask. How do I get that to there? I wonder if we can use these teleporter things for another purpose. So if we put you there, obviously these now can be deconstructed, right? So let's clear that mess up. And that one. And likely that vent's not doing anything either. No. So my idea is that we can use this and we can pump the gas, which is oxygen. This is the output, but that's an output as well, right? So there is no input for them. That's not going to work then. There is still a lot of scalding going off. I know there's a lot of overheat damage here, so somehow this insulated tile has allowed the heat to seep through. I mean, I guess it is 600 degrees at the end of the day. So we can clear that up. What I'll do is I'll have to just go around and rebuild them, but of course I'll have to rebuild the inside square first. So what I'm going to have to do is actually get a space outfit replacement for this. Probably try and lock off the base actually, so that if we look at the temperatures, yeah, and get this sort of insulation tile going across here, like so. And then just keep everything that's here and below blocked. Now, if they were to prioritize these, it may help a lot. So, not so much them ones up there, but certainly these ones down here. Because as soon as they build one of them, we're going to get a huge blast of cold air that should help bring this back down. I mean, it is touching 80 degrees now. The cut, no, they're not coming. Okay, let's disable the repair on that for now. And disable the auto repair on that. I want you to actually sort the things that you're supposed to be sorting. There's one. That's minus 50, look. There's another one. There we go. And there we go. So now you'll see that these are coming in and they're a lot colder than the environment. What is this? Ice. So you can already see that starting to release some cooler air around. And that, I think, is the very quick, easy solution for that. So we had test fire the rocket. We know now that we need to do two things. One is sort out the oxygen, which I can get a pipe up to do that to save you having to watch that. And get that done for the next episode. And then we can actually go to a new asteroid. So on that note, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like. Any comments are welcome. Subscribe if you can. Take care. Goodbye.